Hello and welcome to another video with Driveway Developments. My name's Rowan and today we're going to be spending a little bit of time on my EVO 10. Basically we're going to be checking the condition of the timing chain. If it's stretched or if it's damaged, then that could be absolutely catastrophic. It could be a complete engine failure, and trust me, you do not want to be replacing an engine on an EVO 10. You're probably looking at about £5,000. So apart from having an EVO 10, how do you know whether you need to be worrying about your timing chain? At about 50,000 miles is when they start to fail. That's usually because the chain will stretch and the tensioner can sort of move like this, and it can increase the tension on the chain, but there's only so far it can go, whereas the chain can keep stretching. So if it stretches too much, it will basically cause rattly noises from the engine bay. It can cause an engine light, because the ECU is actually really intelligent on these cars. It can tell you that your timing chain's stretched, but sometimes it doesn't, so you don't want to rely on that, because as I said, if it does fail, it's going to be a big bill. So that's enough talking. Let's go and get stuck in and let's have a look at this timing chain. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is take off the engine cover. Basically just got to give it a little yank and off it comes. So I'll put that somewhere safe. The car's not currently in use. It's just parked up on my drive really until I can make sure everything is absolutely perfect. But just for peace of mind, and so I know whether I need to be ordering a timing chain, I'm going to check it today. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to basically clear an area here so I can remove the rocker cover. So anything that's in the way of the rocker cover is going to have to be removed. I'm going to start with this here, breather hose, which just pops off like so. These little clips, they're quite easy to remove. You just got to push them in and you can wiggle them out. Try not to damage them, so that when you come to put them back in, you're not going to have any problems. Okay, so as far as I can see, everything's unplugged now, and there's nothing going to stop the rocker cover coming out apart from these coil packs. So that's next. I'll take them out. We shouldn't have to take the spark plugs out. You don't usually have to when removing rocker covers. Now we just got to remove the rocker cover bolts, and then once that's done, take the cover off. Ooh, flipping heck. This is what we're greeted with when we remove the rocker cover. Let's have a quick inspection. You can tell it's had regular oil changes. The cam lobes are in very good condition. I've had some engines in the past where there's visible scratches, almost like someone sanded it, but there's none of that here. I'm pretty sure there shouldn't be that much play in there. When I start the car, I can hear like a sort of sound, like I know it's hard to sort of replicate, but it only does it once or twice, a couple of 2 or 3 loud like that, and it just goes. And I think we found our problem. Sounds very similar to that, but a lot more mechanical. The car drove from Liverpool to where I am in the Welsh Valleys when I bought the car. And I'm not sure if you know much about the UK or if you're from America, but that's about 300 miles. It took us about 4 hours in traffic, 5 hours. I have taken it out once or twice just for a little blast up and down the lane, but nothing really. Probably 5 miles of driving since I've bought it, apart from the initial drive home. And it has survived, but obviously with an EVO 10, it's the type of car that you want to drive hard and fast. And things like this, which in a Vauxhall Astra diesel, that could last a long time, a bit of slack on the chain, who knows. Whereas in a car like this, which is obviously going to be getting pushed to the limits, yeah, it's not gonna hold up so well. And I learned that the hard way, unfortunately. I've learned to, when I buy a Japanese performance car, give it a full going over before you have a bit of fun with it. Don't risk it. So what have we learned today? We've learned that at about 50,000 miles on this EVO 10, the chain is slack enough to contact the guides quite considerably, and we probably get a bit of chain slap because there was quite a lot of players you saw when I was wiggling it. And this car does have full service history, so it's nice to take the rocker cover off and see that the engine is actually in quite good condition. Now, the next video on this car, I do want to continue this health check series I'm doing, so I can get a full idea of what I've got in store when it comes to this car. I'm going to do a compression test. I've ordered a compression tester, and yeah, we're going to just make sure everything's okay with regards to compression, because if there's not, then there's no point in me replacing the chain, which is quite expensive actually. It's going to cost about £1,000, so it's definitely worth me checking the engine's healthy before I go pouring that sort of money into it. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.